Hey guys, my name is Meo Lammers of Invoked 101, and today I'm going to be discussing our brand new Demise Ritual deck. Now, the last video we saw of Demise was a Demise Ruin Ritual deck. This one, we cut all the ruins out and it seems to run a lot more efficiently, especially since Demise seems to work for itself and you're less likely to brick with all rituals in your hand. I personally think this could possibly be an anti-meta deck. We have in fact almost about 4 different versions. This is the one that Nod made and I tweaked a little, and I'm not going to talk a whole lot about why I believe it's anti-meta, especially not right now. I want to get into the deck profile before I do that. You are of course always capable of agreeing or disagreeing with me on that, but let's discuss it after this. So let's get right into the monsters. So for our first ritual monster, we are running 3 Demise Supreme King of Armageddon. This is the powerhouse of your deck, basically. Not only is it a 3k level 10 ritual monster and super easy to summon, but it cannot be destroyed by battle, although it can be affected by card effects. However, we do have cards in this deck to help with that. Not necessarily stop that, but help a little. But once per turn, you can pay 2k, destroy every card on field, except for this one. Inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card that was destroyed, and still attack directly. So not only could you possibly hit them for basically a whole entire board of cards, but you can do 3k right into their face. It's a game winner, in all honesty. Not only that, but if you ritual summon him with nothing but ritual monsters, you don't have to pay that 2,000. Our next card is 2 copies of Demise King of Armageddon. He's kind of the same. You pay 2k, destroy all cards on field, except for him. However, he does not burn for 200. He still can hit directly. He's 24 though. He's just kind of there to be a middle ground between this card, our next card, Demise Agent of Armageddon, and our Demise Supreme King. Demise Agent of Armageddon is a level 4 ritual monster, 18 attack. When he is ritual summoned, you must destroy, I think it's just a monster? Let's see. Yep, destroy 1 face-up monster on field. So this is not a good card for going first necessarily, because if your opponent doesn't have a monster on field to destroy, he has to destroy himself. So keep that in mind. When he is sent to the grave, you can target 1 card, and your opponent can't, 1 ritual monster you control, sorry. And your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to that ritual monster's activations. So that is it for our ritual monsters. Our next 3 is Incantation Talismandria. This is the one where you reveal a ritual and you can special summon him. If he is special summoned from deck, you can search a ritual monster. And he goes right hand in hand with Incantation Candle. Candle is basically the pure opposite. To special summon him, you reveal a spell card in your hand. If he is summoned from the deck, you search a ritual spell. I mostly use these because even if I do have my ritual monster and ritual spell in hand already, both of these together equal a perfect level 10. So if you have your big Supreme King Demise in your hand and you want to ritual summon him, these can get the perfect number for his summon. Yay. Next we have 3 copies of Manju. Yes, I know this is a Sonic bird. I don't have my 3rd copy yet. You can play Sonic Birds, of course, but Sonic Bird only gets you out the ritual spell, whereas Manju, you can either get out your ritual monster or ritual spell. He's really good for unbricking hands and getting out the materials that you need. Next we run 2 Blackluster Soldiers, Envoy of the Beginning, because this is a light dark deck and he's super simple to get out. Not very simple to get into your hand though, because you cannot search him, but when you have him on field, he is just amazing. He can attack twice, he can destroy a card. It goes right hand in hand with having your Supreme King on field. And lastly, we run 1 Ritual Raven. This can go to 2, because if you summon a dark monster, which all the demises are, this will be, this card can be used as the entire tribute. So if you don't have the incantations at all, you can use Ritual Bird to still get out that demise, and it's just really good. Next, we do run some hand traps. Of course, there's Effect Veilers and Ogres. They're really good for, you know, just stopping a few things, and they have some synergy with the deck, especially with getting out Blackluster Soldier. So it's really good. I do run 1 Ash. I don't have a second copy of Ogre, and Ash has been one that I've been considering taking out, leaving in, because it does stop some of the better plays, especially in the meta now. However, it has no synergy with the deck. If you have it in grave, you can't banish it for Blackluster Soldier. You can't use it for much of anything except for stopping your opponent's plays, and you know, some of you will say stopping your opponent's plays is better than getting out Blackluster Soldier, and you know what, I don't disagree with you. If you want to play more Ashes, of course you can, but in all honesty, this is also my only copy, so. Alrighty, that is it for all the monsters. Let's go into spells. Just a quick little view. We are running 3 copies of Cycle because I personally believe Cycle is better. Yes, you can only ritual from cards on field, which sucks sometimes, but for the most part your materials will already be on field, and if this card is in the graveyard, except for the turn that it was sent there, you can send it back into your deck and get out a copy of End of the World, which is exactly why we're playing 2 of them, just so you can recycle your cycle. End of the World is really good for those situations where you don't have any materials on field and you only have them in deck. The only issue with this card is it must be exact, and so that kind of slows down your plays, especially if you have a level 8 in hand and you want to get out your level 4. You can't tribute from your hand using End of the World because it's not exact. Next, we have Breaking of the World, and Breaking of the World is such an amazing field spell. It is honestly, in any other deck, way overpowered. Once per turn, when you ritual any ritual monster, you can either draw a card or destroy a card. It does not target, which is just amazing, and it doesn't have to be a monster. It can be any card on the field. It can even be your own card if you want to, but there's really no point to do that, and you get to choose which one you want to do. So if your opponent doesn't have any cards, you can just draw a card and it can replenish your hand, and it is just too good. And of course, 2 terraformings because we can search it. Now earlier I mentioned the fact that you can still target my monsters with card effects, which is not the best, so we run 2 Ritual Cage. Now Ritual Cage says you take no battle damage from attacks involving ritual monsters, which goes right hand in hand with Supreme King of Armageddon because he cannot be destroyed by battle, and then to not take any damage from you attacking him, you're basically almost invincible at that point. Not only that, but ritual monsters you control cannot be targeted by or destroyed by monster effects. So yes, it doesn't stop spells and traps, which are still an issue, but you cannot It can stop being hand trapped. It can stop, you know, chains. It's really good for giving you a little bit of extra help. Next we run two allures. We run almost a completely dark deck, so this is still, like always, a little chancy, but if you have it in hand and your hand is basically dying, you can always take the chance. Alrighty, coming to the end, we run two Called by the Graves. Once again, just, you know, to help with that anti-meta strategy. And one Monster Reborn because you can. So that is it for our Demise deck. Personally, there is always some room for change. Like I said, we have multiple different versions of this, so if you don't like it, we can always put up some of those versions. I do think that this could be an anti-meta one. I don't know if this exact version could be an anti-meta one, although it seems to be doing amazing as far as what I've seen and how it plays. You can always, of course, try it out in Yuga Pro and tell me what you think. I do think the fact that it can't be targeted, you can't activate card effects or monster effects, it can't be destroyed by battle, it's just, that's something that's extremely hard to get past, especially since in the meta today, hardly anything can get past a 2k monster without using effects. And so to have a 3k beater on field that can just blow up your entire field and hit you in the face and can't take battle damage, especially if you get your ritual cage out, and is not destroyed by battle, it's almost broken. And to, once you ritual them out, to draw or destroy a card on field, I think that this deck has a lot of potential. You can tell us in the comments down below if we reach that potential or not. Tell me what you would do to tweak it if you want to. And all around, tell me what you think about this deck, because personally I absolutely love it. Yes, of course, you know, like all ritual decks, it does brick sometimes. In fact, all decks brick sometimes. But this one's a lot less bricky than the Ritual Demise one, 100%. It's honestly pretty well built. Shout out to Nod for helping me build it. As always, you can support Nod on Patreon. Just $1 a month can help him get more cards and more deck profiles out. In fact, there are higher tiers than just that $1 a month that you can enter into giveaways of the decks that he profiled from the Patreon money. You can join in Discord. You can join in live duels with him. So there's a whole bunch of great opportunities that you guys have out there to interact with us, and Patreon would help bring this channel to the next level, so please go support him on that. If you liked this deck profile, please give it a like, and please tell me in the comments below what you thought about it. And don't forget to subscribe. Anyways, see you next time. Bye!